And welcome to this section. In this section, we're going to be working on the types of events, the different types of events that we have. Alright, so in our last session, we did the introduction to the event, and we worked on the event object. Okay, we worked on various properties that we have in the event object. So in this section, we're going to be working on the types of events. Alright, so firstly, we're going to be declaring some variables that we have. So we have const, we have clear btn. Alright, so we are putting the event on this button firstly. So we have documents, we just want to get it first of all, query selector. So let's get this first before we start using the event. So we have clear tags, put a semicolon there. So const card. So if we go down to the index file, we have the card right at the top. Okay, so everything is wrapped inside the card, so we're going to be picking out that particular card. So we have dot query selector, we have dot card, and also we have const for heading, could declare variable for heading. So I have here document dot query selector, and we have h3, I think. Yep, let's go check. Alright, h3. Now next line, we're going to work on the event handler. Alright, so I'm going to put a comment on that, the event handler. Alright, so we're going to create a function for that. So we'll name it run event. Okay, so we'll put an event object right inside there. So we have console.log. So I'm going to put a backtick. We have event type, and put a colon, have e.type. Alright, I hope you're getting to understand what's going on here. So this will be the event handler. Now the next thing we're going to work on is the different types of events. Now firstly, we're going to work on click. We did something like this. We used click in our last session, so we're still going to use it again in this session. So let's just start with click. So we have clear btn dot add event listener. So we are listening to click. Okay, so we're gonna add the run events function here. So let's come back and reload and click on this. So we have the event type click. Alright, so lastly we have double click. Okay, we have an event called double click. So I'm going to copy what I have here and paste it here. So this is dbl, what's going on, dbl click. Alright, I'm going to comment on this for now. Alright, so let's go check this again. So we're going to double click on this button. So alright, so let's see what it gives us. Alright, so we see we have the event double click. So make sure you double click on it. Alright, make sure you click on it 2 times for the event to trigger. Alright, now let's move on to the next event we have. So next event is mouse down. So cool, so we're gonna use mouse down. Reload. Now this, you click down on this button, okay, So that's what triggers the event. You click down, it triggers the event. Okay, so next is mouse up. So that's the opposite of mouse down. Mouse up is the opposite of mouse down. So I'm going to change this to mouse up. Okay, so this is quite different. The moment you click on the button, nothing happens, but the moment you release your hand from that button, it triggers the event. So you click on it, nothing happens, but the moment you release your hand from the button, it triggers the event mouse up. Now let's move on to another event that we have here. So the next event we have is mouse enter. Okay, so I'm gonna comment on this. So I'm gonna have mouse enter. Let's just do the second one, which is mouse leave. Oh, what's going on? Sorry for that. Mouse leave. So we have this. Copy, come down here to paste it, so change this to mouse leave. Okay, now let's take this. Now if we come down to this button and we mouse over on it, it triggers mouse enter. If we come out, it triggers mouse leave. If we put it inside the button, it triggers mouse enter. If you come out of the button, it triggers mouse leave. So let's instead of the button, let's put it on a card. Let's put it on a card. Okay, so the card should be a better option. Alright, so you see that we have mouse enter. If you come out of the card, it triggers mouse leave. Enter. Then if you come out of it, it triggers mouse leave. Now that's it about the mouse enter and the mouse leave. Now let's move on to another one we have here. So we call that mouse over and mouse out. Mouse over and mouse out. Mouse over, and we have mouse out here. Alright, so this one is quite interesting. What we mean by mouse over and mouse out is we have here the mouse enter and the mouse leave is obviously working here. Okay, so if I come outside, the mouse leave will work, but the mouse enter and the mouse over and the mouse out will work if right inside another element you have on that element. Okay, so firstly we have this in a card. Okay, we are trying to do this in a card, but the moment you bring this inside of another element, that's what triggers mouse over. All right, so if you come out of that element, it triggers mouse out. Okay, if you come inside, it triggers mouse the mouse over. Okay, so if you come out, it triggers mouse out. All right, if you come inside the element, that's the I think we'll call that the child element. All right, that is the child element of the card. So this element now, this card is what we are trying to we are placing the event on the card. But the moment you put it, you have another element inside of it. So you put it inside, it triggers mouse over. You come out of that element, it triggers mouse out. So that's it about the mouse over and the mouse out. Okay, so lastly, we are going to be working on mouse mouse move. Alright, we have mouse move. Oh, what's going on? I think that's alright. So we have mouse move. Alright, so now mouse move, basically any movement inside the element. Okay, so that's what it is, my mouse move. Any movement inside this element, that's what triggers mouse move. Any movement that occurs inside the element, inside that element. So you see we're using card, so any movement that occurs inside that particular element is what triggers the mouse move. Okay, so let's try and do something really cool. Let's see how we can bring this. We can use the offset x and the offset y, and then try to put a coordinate on this particular heading. Okay, so whenever we move the mouse on the element, it gives us the different coordinates that is moving along this particular card. Alright, we have heading dot inner HTML. So we use a backtick here, and we have mouse y. So we're going to use the template literal. So we have e dot offset y. So we have mouse x. Right here we have e dot offset x. Alright, so put a semicolon at the end of the expression. So let's reload this. You see we have the coordinates available for this particular feature. So as I'm moving the mouse around the card, it's giving me the coordinates, and the coordinates that is being represented, that's coming out on that particular event. Okay, as the event is going, as the event is moving, it's bringing out the coordinates x and the coordinate y. All right, that's for the offset x and the offset y. All right, now let's try to put something on document that's on the body. So we have document dot body dot style dot background. All right, so we're going to use the RGB. All right, so this RGB, red, green, blue, same way we have it in CSS. So we're going to be using this to get the different colors. So different colors that we have, that's the different colors that we have pass into in the RGB. We want to get in those colors on our UI. So we have here RGB. So we have three parameters that will be going into this RGB. So the first one, we have the red, second green, and third one is blue. So I'm going to use this offset this, copy it, and we're going to paste it here. So put a comma and paste it again. So that's for the X. Okay, and lastly we're going to put a comma for 40. All right, so that's the first one is having red, second one is having green, third one is having blue. All right, so let's reload this page and you see what's going on here. So at the moment as I'm moving this key, the arrow is giving us different background colors that we have here. All right, so it's a cool feature. Basically, where the mouse move is actually used for things like games. If you're building a game, all right, so you have you use the mouse move. And basically, if you're building a game with some sort of character, okay, so you use the mouse move to know the character, to know where the character is. All right, so that's why we use the mouse move, to know where the character is if you're building something like a game. So it's very important that you have a good knowledge, understanding of that. Bye for now.